the end of the distance finding, I ask you to kind of practice some older skills, and if you haven't done them, there'll be new skills. Uh, but I want you to take your least cost paths and I want you to add that to the existing road file. And we're going to assume that um, for the most part, we had a lot of discussion about this in class. For the most part, I don't want the road just to cross over the highway. I want it to intersect the highway. And there's a section of highway where I'm going to stop my road, use the existing highway to cross over, and then put my tower or whatever on the other side of the highway. So I don't need my road to go the whole way. So I'm going to open up the attribute table for my roads, and I want to look at a couple things. So I've got, I don't know what that is. That's probably a defect I added. Anyway, one of the things that I noticed is that my highways are named in the label feature. So here's the label feature. And when you open yours are going to be all caps. So that's really not a great way to name things. So we're going to go back through and change all of those to actual up, first letter up and the rest down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start into the properties box, and thank you Siobhan for showing us how to do this. I'm going to add a value for one that does not exist yet, and I think I called it Power Greenway. I'm going to add that to my list and choose OK. So now I have Power Greenway. There's no features yet that show the Power Greenway. And if I apply that, it's going to show up in my legend. And now I'm going to turn on editing, which I guess I already did. So let's stop editing for a minute. Let's start editing. And I don't see Power Greenway here yet. Apparently highways was set to be the default, so anything I type will be given the name highways. So I'm going to change that as I edit. I'm going to turn on my least cost paths, and I'm going to zoom in. And then I'm going to click on roads. And I'm going to be able to see the construction tool. So I'm getting a little bit different interface here than I got before. But anyway, when I did this at home, I was able to click on roads and open up the construction tools. Apparently this time I have to click on one of these others to get the construction tools to show up. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to click on line, and my snapping is turned on, so I can see that that's just jumping to that point. So I'm going to snap here and snap at the road edge and double click and stop that section. And then I'm going to open up my attributes, and instead of roads I'm going to scroll down here and choose Power Greenway to put that in there. I can also type it in. Well, that's not, oh, this is in the database, so I could type it in here, and then I could copy this so that I can just paste it the rest of the way in. Okay, and then I'm going to go back and make another section. And I can follow that straight line all the way. I have to keep clicking the features. So I can click here, click there. Missed something. Let's go back. I missed a jog or a jig. Aha! Okay, here we go. There. So this would not be a survey grade model, but I'm getting a pretty nice approximation of, the best place to put this. And I think the grid here is, I don't know, we could look and see what the value is when we're done. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to just keep going. So this is just all one line segment. right? I haven't come to any intersections. There's been no reason to change the road name, but I'm coming up to one here. Okay, so I'm going to go here, 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 here. And I'm going to intersect with my road right here and double click. I'm going to go back to my attributes. I'm going to choose Power Greenway, and I'm going to type that in the label, or paste it in the label. Okay, and I'm going to continue my road file like that until I'm done. I'm going to save my edits. I'm going to stop editing. And then I asked you to go into this file, to your Power Greenway, and set that to a specific format. So I went to the QRST Transportation Reference Guide, said OK, and then under the Esri standard formats, I'm going to get a whole list of transportation references. And I did some checking, and I found an Esri document that gives the basic road codes for standard census data. So I'm just going to assume that my contractor asked me to set the road to this file. And so I've got that. So I want you to make a nice map that shows your digitized road with the highway names. I do not know why those names are not showing up. That's pretty interesting. I would turn on the lake. Power line, what is that? Oh, that's the old power line, so we're going to connect to that. Oh, maybe we only needed to connect here, but whatever. I think, no, because it did least cost pass that whole way. And I do not know why all those features are not being labeled. That's interesting. Let's go to properties, go to labels, feature name. Let's try label. I don't know. Ooh. Well, there's some. I still don't know what that one is. But anyway, so that's what I would like you to be able to do for this. Thanks.